What's up, guys? This is Young Shot here, back here today to give you guys another video, and we got some breaking news deals that I need to discuss for y'all. We got D'Angelo Russell and Timofey Mozgov from the Lakers going to the Brooklyn Nets in exchange for Brook Lopez. This deal has been made early in the afternoon. I know I'm recording it now late. I know I'm going to be a little bit late towards it, but pretty much that's the news as far as the Lakers go. The Lakers give up D'Angelo Russell, a young prodigy. Lakers was rumored to angle Russell. They traded him straight to the Brooklyn Nets, who's most likely willing takers of any young talent that can pass their way. And also they take in Timofey Mozgov contract, which was very huge. This was basically built for the Lakers to create more cap space. And what they plan now is most likely going to be is to trade Clarkson somewhere, and either Randall and the 2 first-round picks that they have. The Lakers also got a 27 pick out of that. My fault for not including that. Is to basically use those picks and Clarkson or Randall to get Paul George. Now the deal hasn't been made, and it seems like a long shot. The second idea is that Clarkson should be traded soon. Randall contract basically gives out. Also Luol Deng, which will create over $68 million in cap room in the next 2 years, which will provide for 2 max players. That sounds pretty familiar if you think about it. Paul George, pretty much on his final year, already intend that he's not signing back with the Pacers, and it's been rumored that LeBron James is most likely trying to head out to LA to play with either Clippers, Lakers, or another team. So with that in mind, the Lakers are freeing up cap just in case to basically sign one of the 2, if not 2 out of the 2, and take a huge risk in improving their team. As far as for Brooklyn is D'Angelo Russell, a very young, talented star in betweener. Even though he's been shown to show flashes, I think he's going to eagerly improve his game with the Brooklyn Nets. As soon as he get on there, he's going to be the leading scorer automatically out the book. It's pretty much a young core group now with there Sean Kilpatrick, Karis LeVert, Ronnie Hollis Jefferson, D'Angelo Russell, and a whole bunch of other players, and pretty much veterans. So Sean Marks did a really good job getting and claiming one of maybe a franchise player around the league, especially D'Angelo Russell, 6'5". He can score and facilitate at will. I got to see what the Nets is going to do as the draft continues, or as this offseason continues for their team. Now let's move on to the next trade. Oh yeah, my fault. I didn't even grade the deal. Grading this deal, I'll say it's good for both sides. If I had to give a grade for the Nets, it would be an A-. Again, they didn't get the better end of the deal, but they did. It's still a good deal for both sides regardless. They didn't get the best end of the deal because obviously they got the young talented star, but the thing is they didn't get what the Lakers get. The Lakers pretty much get Brook Lopez, a present star already, pretty much, and they will still they get a pick as well to basically expand upon for trading. And also, if they can't trade them, they will still use it in process to get more young players on that team full of young players already. And also, they'll clear up cap in the process. So if I had to give it to the Lakers, I'll give it A+, around that area, A+, if I can't really decide. So that's why I would give it to the Lakers. Now, in other news as well, we have a trade that go down with the Atlanta Hawks and the Charlotte Hornets, where Dwight Howard will be traded to the Charlotte Hornets in exchange for Miles Plumlee, Marc Belinelli, and a 2nd-round pick for Howard, and the very late 1st-round pick by the Atlanta Hawks that was supposed to be made for Cleveland. This is a huge trade, I feel, for the Hornets because, one, they lacked big men for a long time. They finally got that guy, or somewhat of their guy, or who they wanted on their team. They got Dwight Howard to pair up with Kemba Walker, which I think will be a great combination to both people's game. It'll fit fantastically to their game. Hornets also have I think the 11th pick of the draft. They could possibly use that first pick to basically move up. Maybe say if trade a player, they could probably use the 31st pick and something else to trade up a little bit into the mid rounds. If anything, I say it's a good trade for both sides. The Howard experiment didn't work out with the Hawks. If anything, if Millsap decides, okay, I'm gonna go, they'll have enough money to save up in cat now since Howard is gone. Marc Belinelli is on his final year, I believe, on his deal. Maybe 2 more years left. Miles Plumlee is on his final year of his deal, maybe 2 years left, and it's very low minimum money. And they get pretty much the Hawks pretty much get the second round pick as well in exchange of taking those 2 players and letting go Howard. It's more of Hawks getting rid of Howard because they don't know what they want to do in terms of the future, and it all decides on Paul Millsap, especially. So pretty much for the money and the sake of just getting rid of Howard and seeing that he didn't fit, and also the Millsap situation, if I had to give a grade to the Atlanta Hawks, it would definitely be a B+. I feel like the Hawks did what they had to do, even though they, again, get rid of the big player. They did what they had to do, and it looks that they're gonna try to rebuild. For the Hornets, they got a big man, and they got the first pick. They got not mid-late first pick. They got a very late pick, which is pretty much a second rounder in exchange. So in exchange too, I feel like they should get a B. I feel like they get the lower end of the stick because, again, Howard, there's no telling if Howard is gonna fit with Kemba, but I think he is gonna fit with Kemba. That's just my opinion. But again, I said that about Harden and Howard. That didn't work out perfectly, and Howard doesn't really fit on any other team besides that. So in that case in point, I feel like the Hawks got the better end of the deal because, 1, they save a lot of cap. 2, they get a pick, they get a second round pick as well, save a lot of cap, and now are able to basically live free and explore free agency and basically rebuild now with Dennis Schroeder and everybody else that's on the team, especially if Paul Millsap leaves. For the Hornets, you get a big man, as I said. You pretty much get the first late round pick, which is basically a second round pick. The Hornets got what they needed, the Hawks got what they needed. So pretty decent, even trade, but the advantage goes to the Hawks in my opinion. Now, basically, I want to give you guys a big announcement. For sure, me and the Angry Fanatics podcast will be doing a podcast live reaction to the NBA draft. Link is going to be in the description below. We're going to set up the show, and we're going to basically get the show running, live reaction. I'm going to be OBS, and I'm going to be live streaming on YouTube tomorrow. And also, I'm going to be basically helping them out in the podcast as well, so you guys can listen and watch at the same time with us as we going down. You might even see me cry on camera because the New York Knicks seem to be trying to trade Porzingis, and I'm not ready for it. But regardless or not, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Diesel Call Journalism. I'm gone. Peace out, everybody. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like any of the content on the channel, subscribe, make sure you do your thing. That's all I have to say, and I'm out. Peace.